in reality, whom I did not know. See, I got this call from this major university. See, I'm not going to mention its name. Major, one of the largest universities in the world. He became chairman. This big deal became chairman of the art department there.
When was this?
This occurred about, let's see, in 1967, 68, something like that, in the 60s anyway. And I got a call from him. As I say, I didn't know him very well. And he was a PhD. You know, I didn't know that he had gotten it in art education. Now, the difference between art education and professional education is like oil and water. You know, I use that terminology. You can't really mix them very well. It's a lot different, you know, the educated processes. It's very seldom that people who get into the art education, that's elementary and secondary education. Many of them are excellent instructors in the high schools and elementary.
You want to answer it?
Yeah, anyway, he called me up, this big deal from the Mammoth University. He called me up. He said, Mr. Canzani, I said, I would like to take you to lunch. I never refused the lunch. I said, well, where are we going to go? I said, well, wait a minute. We got one right across the street over here in the Seneca Hotel. The Seneca Hotel was still in operation. I said, that's a very good cuisine. You can have a nice lunch in there. I said, I don't know him very well. He said, all right, I'll come down and we'll go to lunch in the Seneca Hotel. I said, fine. What time? 12 o'clock. And okay with me. I said, I just walk over. As I said, it's only a block and a half away. So we have lunch. We talked a little bit about art. Like I say, his art and my art is an entirely different world. So we chatted, you know, tried to be nice, you know. And we finished lunch. And I said, well, I'll be careful not to mention his first name. I said, well, thanks a lot. You know, I enjoyed lunch. I'll see you again sometime. So I started to walk back to school, you know, to my office. He says, oh, wait a minute. He says, don't go away right away. But by that time, we were in the entrance area. Has a couple of sofas, you know. He said, here, sit down here. I'd like to talk to you. The doctor wanted to talk to me. I said, oh, okay, fine. He said, he said that I am now the head of the art department at Ohio State University. I said, well, so you tell me. I said, that's very nice. I said, good. I said, good luck to you. You know, I hope you do a good job. And I started to get up again. He said, no, I'm not through yet. I'm telling you verbatim the truth. And by the way, Tom, this is, people who will see this and hear me will have a difficult time to believe it. It's almost impossible to believe. He says, all right. I says, what do you want to talk about? He says, well, you know, as I say, I'm the head man of the art department at this huge mammoth university. See? I said, yeah, well, okay, fine. Well, you do a good job, fine. He said, I want you to know that I am now. I was right, I was only, you know, within arm's length to him. I am now the leader of art in Columbus, Ohio. Again, he said, verbatim, so help me God. I am not. I said, well, that's fine. That's good. I said, I never thought myself as being, you know, a leader of art, you know, it's not my style. I said, that's good, that's fine. You're the leader. He said, it's fine. I started to go again. He said, wait a minute. And this is the payoff, you know. I could not believe what this PhD, head of the art department of a mammoth university, said. And you, Mr. Canzani, now, you might as well leave town. And then I came to right away. I said, oh, okay, fine. I said, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the lunch. Maybe I'll see you again. You know? I went back to my office and I told Mary Kinney, at that time she was the registrar. She went through the whole work there. She couldn't believe it. And it was too good a story to keep it away from my friend Mahonry Young over the museum. I went over there, I said, Bill, he said, yeah, I'm glad you're sitting down because I got a story. And I told him the same story. You know what he said? He said, Joe, I'm not surprised. I went up there. He went up there to this major university. He said to borrow slides. This is the director of the museum now, to borrow slides for a talk I was going to give. I've forgotten where. He was going to borrow some slides, I guess from the history department, because he taught history, you know, at the university. He was a scholar, you know, and a gentleman. He was terrific. Never asked anybody to leave town. And before I left Mary, I said, Mary, I forgot something. I forgot to tell him something. He told me to leave town. And I said, I didn't have my guns. I told the same thing to Mr. Young. He said, when I went up there, since he became a chairman, he said that he refused to let me borrow the slides. That's the kind of people. I couldn't believe it. You know what really struck me? I was amazed there. I said, how can people in education do that? I said, garbage collectors wouldn't do it. They won't think that way. They won't, as you fall down, they will pick you up and help you. These people, you know what is, I don't know what went through the stupid asses. There's no doubt down deep he was an idiot adorned with a PhD. If you can imagine that. Now that's pretty difficult, don't you think? It is difficult for a man like that to tell. I didn't even hardly know him. But that's the truth. And people who see this better believe it because that's the God's honest truth. I could not believe this. Because there were other things, you know, that happened. I don't know why it had to happen to us. We minded our own business. We never went to another university or another college, you know. If any time we went, we were trying to help. When we went, when the Dayton Art Institute was in trouble, the art college in Dayton, Mary and I went up there twice to help her. See, but the trouble with that is they went bankrupt practically, and the school went defunct because of the same style of directorship. See, and they just didn't know what they were doing. See, and this is the kind of stuff you get.